Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's HaloMan27, and I am back for episode 7 of The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword. In this episode, we will be starting off on the first dungeon of the game, or the first real dungeon, I should say, the Skyview Temple, and it's totally going to be awesome. And hopefully, when we kill one of these bats, or keys, as I believe they're called in like every Zelda game ever, hopefully we will get a Monster Fang for finally, because I still have not, and that disappoints me greatly. But, right there, we can actually get another Amber Relic, which is super awesome. Now we actually are up to 4, but as you can see, I have those 3 items so far, and I still need Monster Claws, which I mentioned in the previous 5 seconds of recording. So I'm gonna shut up about Monster Claws and get on with the pew-pewing that little thing that's back there. You can shoot the, I forget what he's called, so I'm gonna call him Piranha Plant. You can shoot the Piranha Plant and climb up there and then slice him. Slice it! That's actually a kind of funny story. A friend of mine was over, and he was playing Ocarina of Time for the first time, and me and Deathflame16 were both sitting there. And we were basically, like, tutoring, finger quotes, him through the game. And basically, it's like, every time we saw an enemy, or every time we saw, like, anything, me and Deathflame16 would basically just scream, "Slice it! Slice it! Just slice it!" It was jolly good time. And please do not blow me up. Please get cut. Yep. Whoop! Do not want. So, there's actually some rupees and stuff we can get if we jump down here. I'll actually jump down and grab this nice 5-er. And then shoot this thing, because we actually need to shoot this thing to go through this here door, which is what we want to do right now. So, might as well get her done. And we can climb up here and totally sneak attack this green bokoblin, because that's what they're called, and he'll fall down there. And I want to check if he dropped any loots, but he didn't. That's disappointing, and a slight waste of time. But that's okay. And then we'll shoot this switch also, because it opens the opposite door, which is also a place we need to go. But not quite yet, because first we're just going to go this way. This way is much more fun and exciting. And over here, we have another green bokoblin, who we will proceed to just totally fatal strike in the face, which was actually pretty sweet, and I'm glad that just happened. We can't go through there because those spiders will totally dom us in the face. And I totally just balls that up. But if we make it over here... Okay, then. That is fine. Whatevs. Turn around here. Or maybe I can't just pro-shot it from there. So I'm actually going to have to climb back out of this pit and go across like you're supposed to. Which is a little disappointing. 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 That is the words I am looking for. Please do not epic fail. I wish I was a little bit better at this game. Castle, why you drop 13 frames? That no make no sense. But that's only like a third of a second, because I record at about 30 frames per second. So it's not really a huge dealio. And if we just poke this spider in the back, and then he'll just hit us somehow, we can actually get through here now, which is handy dandy, and I wish I could have shot this from down there, because that would have been way more better. But that's okay, because now the water level is rise. And actually that's only half of the way the water is going to rise, so it's really not that spectacular. But we need the water to rise. So, regardless, we will deal with what we've been given. Please open your mouth in a way that I can cut you. I want to cut you. Horizontal. Horizontal. Dang it. He dodged that. Vertical. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. There we go. Took so many tries. Back to full hearts. That's actually useful. What does this sign say? Gaze upon the map until your eye finds the X, for it is there that you must strike a glittering gemstone to reveal a path. Huh. Well, I don't actually need the dungeon hints, so that really didn't help me at all. But apparently I was too stupid to get across some vines, so who knows, maybe I do need dungeon hints. But, if you come right over here, and right up to this treasury chest, We find the dungeon map! Shows the layout of the area and reveals unexplored rooms. And, wow, that's the dungeon. The dungeons in this game are actually a little bit short. And the map... Oh, hello, Blue Lady. Master, I have information for you. You have obtained a map of this area. You can view it by pressing plus. The position of doors and their locks, as well as the position of statues and treasure chests, can be confirmed on the map with marks X, and unable to use beacons here due to the indoor nature of the environment. Map. That's new. Hooray! The map basically serves as the compass as well in this game, so you don't actually have to collect both, which is convenient, but at the same time, it's not quite original Zelda fashion. But I'm not one to complain about Skyward Sword because I love this game, so I'm going to accept it. Oh, hello, Spoiler. I'm just gonna drop down here and totally forget about you. Because if you crawl on in here and then pew that right on top of his head, which I missed the first time, which is kind of sad and unfortunate, the water level rises even more. And then it actually rises up to a point where we can grab the vines that are right here, and we can no longer swim out the way we would have before. Which is good and bad. Random dirt pile. I'll remember that. But now we can return out to the main room, and the water level in here has been risen all the way by our shenanigans in both of the rooms. And we can now hop across this log over to where we have a nice spot on the wall where we can pew a spider and make him fall to his terrible, terrible drowning death. Poor spider. He only wanted to do his he wanted to accomplish his life goal and just knock people off of walls. We were like, balls to that, so we knocked him dead into the water. Which is a little bit sad and unfortunate for his entire life, but oh well. And now we can stabby this spider and apparently just kill it, so there's no need for me to, like, epic, awesome, swirly, or not swirly, swirly, Josh Jepson. But there's no point for me to fatal strike him because he's already dead. That didn't sound very sad. He's already dead. Yeah. Hey, we got a small key. This opens a locked door. I knew we would get that. But still, sounding surprised. Hooray? Nah. But with this small key, we can actually make it out of this first room, or this first kind of main room, which I didn't really talk about the fact that it's kind of a main room, but I'm sure you got the gist of it by us coming back here like 3 times. So, if you look off into the distance, we can head through there now, which is super sweet. And boom. Locked door opened. Wow, wow. That actually looks like really beast when Link like grabs the thing and just lifts it, because it makes it look like it's really, really heavy. And here we have a big, seemingly like hubbish area, which there's a switch right there, so we'll shoot it. Obviously, you gotta shoot switches. That's just like, it's like an unwritten rule. It's like when you see a big red button, you just push it. No questions asked. You just push it. And in here, what was the heck? The door just locked. And we have this jerk bag, who we're gonna proceed to totally vertical, dang it. I need to calm down with the slashing, because this game you actually need to use some sort of precision I should say. Precision and accuracy if you want to be success at actually attacking your enemies. And then backflips, actually when you use a backflip, you gain like temporary immunity to damage. So if you're needing to not get hurt, just like backflipping, you can actually just like phase through attacks and not take damage. But as you can see, I totally owned him and he dropped a heart, so there was really no need for me to run over and get a heart. But either way, here we have this chest, and what do you think it is, guys? You guessed it, it's the Temple of the Item. You got the beetle. This unexplained power contained within this insect-shaped item allows you to control it as it flies through the air. With the Wii remote at the screen and press A to launch it into the air. If the controls feel out of alignment, do the same thing you can do with everything and press down on the D-pad to readjust. And here we have our second B item. Oh, you have acquired a new item. Analysis of this object's insect-like profile and wings indicates it can fly. Tilt the Wii remote to remotely pilot the device. The sharp structure on the front of the device can sever threads and deliver a blow to smaller objects. To launch the device, press B. To ready it for takeoff, then press A. Why, thank you, Blue Lady. I will do just that, because it was actually already selected, and... It's rather quite slow. But now we can actually get ourselves out of this room by hitting that same switch as we hit before to get ourselves in, and unlock much more part of the dungeon. Well, not really, because we're just going back to the same room we were just in. But now that we're in this same room that we were just in, there's some new stuff we can do. Like, for example, I heard birds, or not birds, bats, and here we have a statue, which I don't know why I talked to that one. The first thing you're going to want to do is, I have to point my remote at the screen for once, fly the beetle in here, and actually just fly it straight through, or just miss completely. But if you fly it through the vine, you can actually cut them down and kill them. And then hit this button, which will open up this gate and allow us through here. But before I go through there, there's a few things I want to do. Because, well, for starters, there's this jerk, who we should totally just, like, slaughter. Which, good, he'd be dead. And there's some keys, which still are not dropping monster fangs. And if you look in here, it's a piece of heart! Which we want. So, first things first, we're gonna actually shoot this crate because, I don't know, it drops a bunch of rupees, and I like rupees. Or I'll crash into it, that's cool too. Back up a little first, and then I can fly up and hit this. There's actually a bunch of rupees and stuff, so if you want to get some rupees... Oh! Some red rupees! Boom, red rupee! Boom, red rupee! Boom, red rupee! Boom! That's a blue rupee, but still. There's a couple red rupees around the outsides of the area, and we are actually nearing our, like, ruby cap, because you can only, or rupee, not ruby, because you can only hold up to 300 in this game with the first wallet. So there's a nice 11 in there, in addition to the one we picked up at the start. Then I believe back here, there is some more. And I believe in this little one that I totally just shot the wall of. I'll try that one more time. In this one, I believe there is... It's a little bit harder of a track. Or it's exactly the same one that I just shot into last time, and I'm retardar. I should go over here, because this is the one I was thinking of. I'm sure watching me fly the beetle is the most... Dang it! Please be dead. Thank y'all. And your blue rupee is nothing to me. I do not care for you and your pitiful 5 rupees. Because, if you look in here, boom, red rupee! And we can just return this to us. And, just like that, we have hit the 300 rupee cap. And Blue Lady will tell us that our wallet is full and we cannot collect any more rupees. But, that is not what our main objective was. I know I dilly-dallied a lot and collected rupees, when I should have been showing you how to get that heart piece, because that's what everyone wants to know, because obviously everyone's maxed out their rupees a long time ago. No, I'm just kidding. But if you fly your beetle up here, and hopefully you shoot from close enough that you can hit this before your beetle dismisses itself, this will actually open up the way to the piece of heart, which we can now collect, which is super awesome. And I keep changing equipment, but piece of heart, only 2 to go, and then we can have a whole new heart container, which is super awesome. But I'm afraid we have gotten up to about 14 and a half, a little over that minutes, almost 15 now, so I'm going to leave it off here. We will finish off this dungeon in the next episode. This has been HaloMan27. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye, everybody.